students, now in this video we will be discussing a topic of English which is infinitives. Now before beginning with infinitives, let us discuss what are finites and non-finites, because infinitives are just part of that. Now when we are discussing about the term finites and non-finites, finites are all those verbs which contain a subject, they contain a person along with a tense. So here a finite will contain a subject, a person and a tense. But non-finites are all those words which do not contain a subject, there is no subject and there is no person which is included. Those are defined as non-finites, and non-finites are further categorized as participles, gerunds and infinitives. And today in this video we will be discussing about infinitives. And infinitives are non-finites, and non-finites have the property that they do not contain a subject, neither they have a person. So those are infinitives, and the specific description, or I can say definition of infinitives are, they are always having two in it and two plus a verb. So wherever you find a verb and before verb you find two over there, then definitely that is an infinitive. So the main I can say the definition of infinitives are that they are preceded by, I can say, verbs preceded by two are defined as infinitives. All those verbs which are preceded by two are defined as infinitives. People often get confused between gerunds and infinitives. Gerunds are all the verbs which end with ing, while infinitives are all those verbs which are preceded by two. So in order to understand more about gerunds, you should visit and watch the videos that I have created on gerunds, where I have discussed the usage of gerunds along with their applications. So I suggest you to watch that video in order to get a clarity about gerunds as well as infinitives, because these two are often those terms with which people get confused. And if we want to be clear about these two terms, then it's better to understand the difference between both and also to understand the basic agendas of both these terms. Today we will be focusing on infinitives, where infinitives are used with two. That means infinitives are two and they are used along with verb. For example, I say, I love to listen to music. When I say I love to listen to music, listen over here is my verb, and when my verb is preceded by to, then that becomes an infinitive. But when I say I love listening to music, that means that listen is my verb, and with verb there is an ing. Here listening will become my gerund. So here I am trying to explain you the basic difference between an infinitive and a gerund. Infinitive are all those verbs which are preceded by to, and gerunds are all those verbs which are followed by ing. This is the major difference. But then again, to every I can say rule there is an exception, and there is an exception over here as well in infinitives, that it is not compulsory that all the infinitives will definitely contain two along with them. There are words like play, sit, see. These words, even if they do not contain an infinitive, still they will remain an infinitive. That means that if they do not contain two along with them, even then they will remain an infinitive, and these are referred to as pure infinitives. Pure infinitives are all those verbs which are still infinitive even if they do not contain to along with them. So those are pure infinitives. Now we will be understanding the usage of infinitives one by one. This was the basic introduction of infinitives, that infinitives are part of non-finites, and non-finites are all those verbs which do not contain subject or a person, and non-finites are further categorized as participles, gerunds and infinitives. Infinitives are all those verbs which are followed by which are preceded by to, and one of the example is this: I love to listen to music. So now let us understand some applications of infinitives which will help us to understand this concept in a better manner. Now this topic is considered to be an important one because it creates a confusion between gerunds and infinitives among different people, and since we are understanding this concept in a deep manner, I suggest you to practice these type of questions so that the errors that others make, we avoid them. And in order to avoid errors and in order to avoid confusion, the best way is to practice different topics on which there is confusion more, so that we overcome those confusions, we overcome those errors and become master of English. So in order to practice different questions regarding different concepts and topics, I suggest you to register to our online portal, that is abhyasonline.in, because once you register to this portal, you will be finding different benefits. First benefit is that you will be provided with different sample papers along with the practice papers which you can practice, and that will definitely help you to improve your English skills, be it communication, be it speaking, because as a result we provide you with an analytical report, and in that report there will be your strong and weak points described, and specifically we have provided this type of arrangement so that you can actually view your weak points and implement more on those weak points, so that your weak points and the weak concepts gets more stronger, and then when all the weak points get converted to your strong ones, then definitely you will excel in your exams, and that will definitely be beneficial to you. So I suggest you to attempt as many questions as you can in order to improve your English and in order to score good in your exams. Now since we are talking about infinitives, let us discuss some of the applications. The first application is when infinitive is used as subject to a verb. So whenever an infinitive is used as a subject, one example can be to rise early is a good habit. To rise early is a good habit. Here my sentence is beginning with to, that means as a subject, but this type of sentences are rarely used, as this application is also rarely used, because the formation of the sentence is correct but not 100%. It is always good to start the sentence with some other subject instead of just starting the sentence with the subject, that is to. So this is one of the applications, but not the most important one and not the one which is most frequently used. Second is that you use infinitive as an object to a transitive verb. So whenever you are using as an object, I can say people love to travel. So here travel over here, and along with to, I am using it as an object over here. So as an object to a transitive word, again this is the most common example that I could provide to you. So first application is that you're using it as a subject, and the second application is that you're using it as an object. Third application is when you use as a purpose, when you want to show some purpose. For example, I can say Rohan went to market to buy some vegetables. Now the purpose of going to the market is to buy some vegetables. That means that to is used for some purpose. So that purpose is to buy something, right? So again you can use to when you have to show some kind of purpose. Second example over here can be I decided to opt for dance class. Again, to opt shows again a purpose, that what is my purpose, that I was opting for a dance class. So to opt over here again shows a purpose. Both these sentences have infinitives which show some kind of purpose. So these are some of the applications. Now we will be discussing some more applications of infinitives so that we get a clear overview about the topic infinitives. Now the next application of infinitive can be like, it can be, first we have discussed that infinitives can be used as an object to a transitive word. Next is that we can use as an object to preposition, that we are using it in a form of preposition. So the best example can be, the train is about to leave. So to leave over here shows that it is leaving, right? So again it shows a preposition. So this is again a type of application of infinitives. So in this video we have discussed about a non-finite, that is infinitive. We've also discussed what actually are infinitives. Infinitives are all those verbs which are preceded by to, and then we've discussed about pure infinitives. Pure infinitives are those infinitives which are considered to be infinitives even if to is not used along with them. And then we've discussed various applications of infinitives by implementing them in our sentences so that the concept is completely clear to us and there is no confusion later on. Then we've also discussed the major difference between gerunds and infinitives, but all this will be clear only once we practice. So if you've not registered to our portal, then do register at abhyasonline.in and practice more questions in order to excel in English and also to score good in your exams. So till then, keep learning and keep practicing.